Hello and welcome from the Industry of Things World Asia 2018. I'm here with Vivek Bhatia from thyssenkrupp. Hi Vivek and welcome to the conference.
Thank you, Nicholas. Glad to be here.
First of all, I would like to ask you to quickly introduce yourself, your background and your position at thyssenkrupp.
Currently, I'm Regional Director South Asia at thyssenkrupp. Basically, I've been responsible for the region here in Asia Pacific. Overall, Asia Pacific is 2 billion in revenues and TK is a diversified industrial. But going forward, I'll be basically running the global P&L for power for thyssenkrupp.
You held a presentation today with the topic of how thyssenkrupp, a 200-year-old company, can transform into a growing company and introduce all these new technologies. Can you give me a few more insights into what you talked about and what the main takeaways are?
For me, one of the big messages I wanted to emphasize was it's not something which is the domain of startups. Even large MNCs are doing really interesting and creative stuff, and I hope I was able to bring some examples to life. And also I wanted to touch upon some of the challenges and complications it entails, especially in an MNC kind of an environment, to be able to deliver on these complex projects.
What do you think that are some of the main challenges that are coming along with the industrial internet and all the new technologies?
I think one challenge, of course, is the market is getting disrupted. So one has to really move faster than normal. So it's not as though you have an IP around a product, but someone could upstage that with a very low cost footprint using IoT and deliver significant value to customers. So I think the challenge is for everyone to be alert and to rethink how they're delivering customer value.
Can you give me some more examples into how you're integrating industrial IoT technologies into your manufacturing process at thyssenkrupp?
I always say there are two parts to this. So one is, of course, the technologies themselves. And that means, bringing together your core competencies with a new set of competency around data analytics, sensors, and how do you bring this universe to work together to create new solutions. And at a second level, I think it's as much a topic about people, because you need to suddenly attract a different kind of skill set and compete with very different kinds of players, even from outside of your industry, to bring in those skill sets like data scientists, like IT and specialists who can work in IoT. But at the same time, you have to also work on the culture and mindset within your organization, because it's what I've seen is it's easy for many firms to do simple pilots, but when it comes to scaling up, then they really struggle. And that's where culture and people and what everybody's doing is so important.
And how would you say that the culture and the organizational culture has changed within thyssenkrupp?
I think we are still changing. We are trying very hard to make it more exciting for people to work and collaborate in teams, because no longer is it a question of someone who can design a boiler doing it all alone, but now he has to sit with his peers who can do data analytics, who can look at develop algorithms and different kinds of things, and to work creatively as a team to come up with new solutions, right? So I think we are still in the journey, but we are also experimenting with different formats. So for example, we have a format called TK Garage, where we've created a separate space where we can put some of these teams to creatively work on ideas and projects which they feel passionate about. And actually we tried another format very successfully. We call it Beyond Conventions, where we actually published our problem statement and opened it up to any startup to come and code to us. And it was extremely interesting, where 200 plus startups came up to us and said, we think we can solve your problems. And ultimately we signed a contract with a few of them. And I think so we are learning on different formats, different ways of operating beyond the standard and normal that we've been used to.
What are your first impressions of the conference so far, and what are you hoping to take away?
Obviously there's some interesting content, and it's good to hear what some of the other speakers are talking about, and also to get a feel of what's happening in the IoT space. But also I think networking and getting to know more people, and already I've had a few people approach me with some interesting ideas and things that they might be able to do with us. So I think all in all, very interesting. to lead a new set of
Thank you very
careers.
much for your time and your insights, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, Nicholas.